If you're following Marylin Manson, you might know he had an incident in New Hampshire where some bodily fluids got on this person taking a video. Now, this person complained, it went to court, and it seems like Marylin was found guilty of this little incident here. This here is from September 18th, 2023. It's called Marylin Manson Pleads No Contest to Blowing Nose on Videographer, Gets Fine, Community Service. Okay. So I think it's like 20 hours of community service. Marylin Manson will be recycling cans on the road or something. Let's see what we got. Marylin Manson was sentenced to 20 hours of community service and a fine on Monday after pleading no contest to blowing his nose on a videographer at a 2019 concert in New Hampshire. The shock rocker 54 wants to appear via video for his hearing on the misdemeanor charge, but the judge required him to be in the courtroom in Laconia, about 30 miles north of Concord, the state capital. Manson, whose legal name is Brian Warner, was charged with 2 misdemeanor counts of simple assault stemming from the encounter with the videographer at the Bank of New Hampshire, Palavon in Guilford on August 19, 2019. Manson pleaded no contest to just a nose-blowing charge in a fully negotiated plea agreement with prosecutors. The prosecutors agreed to dismiss the other charge, which alleged that he spit on the videographer. A no contest plea means Manson is not contesting the charge and does not admit guilt. Well, here's what I read a little while back when this first happened, is that the people taking videos and the bad noses in the crowd, has to sign a waiver that they might get hit by something, that things, might get a little bit crazy. Unless I misunderstood something, I think she knew there was some kind of risk of something happening. Manson was fined a little more than $1,400 as part of the deal, with $200 suspended. He needs to remain arrest-free and notify local police of any New Hampshire performances for 2 years. The judge agreed to allow Manson to serve his community service in California. He mentioned to reporters that he might choose to work with people in recovery. Manson has to give proof of his community service by February 4th. Okay, so it won't be like recycling things on the side of the road. He's going to talk to people who are recovering from, I guess, drug addiction and things like that. Sounds kind of good. According to a police affidavit, Manson approached videographer Susan Fountain in the venue's stage pit area, put his face close to her camera, and spit a big loogie at her. She was struck on both hands with saliva. He approached her later again, kneeling and covering one nostril before blowing the other on her arms and hands. All right, I don't know, man. I mean, yeah, that's pretty bad. I'd be irritated. I'd be annoyed. But it wasn't like in her eyes, in her face, on her camera. When I think of assault, I think of like punching, kicking, cutting someone's finger off, slamming a door on someone's toe or on their head or something like that. Maybe hitting someone, not quite punching, but hitting them. I think of assault. Spitting's distasteful. It's yucky. It feels bad. I get it, but should that go to court? Fountain said via a statement that the most disgusting thing a human being could have done. I guess they meant it. Okay, typo on their part. I could think of more disgusting things. Maybe dropping a deuce on a bed? I don't know. Manson blows a significant amount of mucus at Fountain, a police sergeant who reviewed concert video footage said in the affidavit. After that, the camera view changes to another one, and you can see Manson point and laugh at Fountain as she gets down and walks away, the affidavit said. Probably because it's at a concert and he wants to make some people laugh who have sick humor and things like that. But all right, I can't completely defend this. I can't sit here and say, no, he did nothing wrong. It's weird. It's icky. But how bad actually is it in the end? That's what I'm saying. They say he walked in the courthouse wearing all black and was referred to as Mr. Warner, and they get almost a paragraph out of that. They also say he answered with simple answers like yes and nodding and things like that. The lady Fountain, the videographer, was not in court, they also mention. Manson's lawyer said that she should have known she was going to this concert and there was some type of risk. I will also say, to be fair, it wasn't just some random thing that happened. Apparently, it's on video that it was directed towards her. So in her defense, to be fair, yeah, all right. I see the complaint, but could it be that if this was some random person, she wouldn't be going through all this. And here's what I said before, and I don't know why this doesn't close the case. Manson's lawyer, Kent Barker, said the alleged victim consented to exposing herself to potential contact with sweat, saliva, and phlegm in close quarters. Right. So it's kind of like she consented, she should have known, but I could see how it was directly aimed at her, not accidental. They said if it went to actual trial, because this was court but not a trial, that he could have actually got jail time and it could have been bumped up to a $2,000 fine. They mentioned that a California judge threw out key sections of Manson's lawsuit against Evan Rachel Wood, who you probably know, and that key piece is that she conspired to do this with other people, which there seems to be quite a bit of evidence for. Tons of screenshots, confessions, things like that. I don't see how a judge can just throw out info like that. They mention that Manson alleges that Evan Rachel Wood and her ex-partner Ilma Gore intentionally derailed his career. I mean, pretty much for the sake of boosting theirs, I'd say. They also mention several women have sued Manson, but most of them have been dismissed or settled. So that's about it. In the end, I could see both sides. But they do have video here, and it does seem like he didn't have to do that. I mean, just gotta be honest. Having said that, it's not a very important thing, and I don't think it's a super huge deal. For the record, I am following Manson. It's just that there hasn't been big news recently. We're kind of in a waiting period. And Amber news and Johnny news is still coming in. Dan Wooten news was out there. So I will get back to this. Anyway, shout out to Lisa from the Manson cases, sending me stuff all along. Thank you so much, Lisa. She'll be linked below. She's got a great channel. If you're not subscribed here, consider it. If you don't, I'll be sad, but I'll get over it. See you next time.